views, thoughts, and opinions expressed in this podcast are the content creator's own and do not represent the views, thoughts, and opinions of Essex County College. The material and information presented here is for entertainment and informative purposes only. It should not be considered as professional advice or a substitute for seeking professional guidance.
Ooh, welcome back to the Stay in Your Lane podcast. It's your girl, Samantha, and I'm back again. It's time for round 2. Let's get ready. Let's go. Ready, set, goals. Ooh, let's get into some music. Ready, set, goals. Ready, set, goals. Oh yeah, ready, set, goals. You better stay in your lane. What I tell you? You better, stay in your lane. Welcome. And you all guys already know, right? What it means to stay in your lane. We got to stay in our lane. We got to keep focused. So welcome to the second episode of my podcast. Here I'm going to give you the round 2. We're up to episode 2 of the follow-up from episode 1. So if you haven't checked out episode 1, just make sure to go over. It's called the warm-up episode. It's just an episode that gives you an introduction of who I am. My journey of coming to Essex County College and a little backstory about me so you guys could actually know about me, right? Because you got to know who you're talking to. So as we go through this journey, you'll be able to know more about me. But not only that, you get to even hear about others and get some inspiration and to draw some motivation, because that's the goal. We got to stay in our lane, right? We can't let no one knock us out our lane, because the devil, I'm telling you, sometimes he be sending some people to discourage us. And we just got to hold our head high and be like, ooh, not today. No, sis, get away. But just to get back into things, guys, so from my last episode, I spoke about my background when it comes to jobs and also coming to America, because you guys know I'm from Kingston, Jamaica. Wagwan. That was funny. Ooh. But yeah, you know, I'm a yard girl, rude girl, real intelligent, real spicy with it. Beauty in the brain is what we say, right? But I gave you guys a backstory and also my work experience. So I think where we left off is where I was letting you guys know my introduction in coming to Essex County. So before we get right into it, I just want to say again, happy spring semester. I hope everyone, not spring semester, my apology. You see, I'm waiting for the spring already, right? I mean, that's when I actually started the school year in spring. But I want to say happy fall semester. I hope everyone is attacking those goals. And as you know, I'm here. My purpose of this podcast is to just give you guys my authentic self, connect with the school, connect with the world out there, and just be me, give some advice, inspiration. They always say I have a positive aurora. I have a positive mindset. And it seems like I could be a coach. I don't know. Let's see what you guys think about it out there. I give some great advice. I get that a lot out on the outside world. And even with me coming here to college, a lot of professors had told me that. But my mission is to just inspire, educate, and just, you know, one mission is what they said, one band, one sound. But this is one girl, and I'm here to actually create that tribe and getting everyone together. So let's get it. Let's go. Ready, set, goals. And it's all about staying in your lane, sis. Don't be swerving. What you doing over there swerving and count? But even sometimes I'm even saying that to you guys. Anytime I actually, you know, swerve out of my lane and I have to like remind myself. So don't think I have it all together. I'm on a journey and I'm getting it back together. You understand? But it's all about one step at a time, and we can't actually wait until there's no perfect time. This is what I'm learning right now. In life, there's no perfect timing of doing anything. If you want to do something, it's all about getting out there and actually getting it done. You understand what I'm saying? We got to get it done. We got to start somewhere. It may not be perfect when you started, but at least you start. And once you start, you have the ability of developing that mindset, but not only that, fix to see where you need to work, what you need to work on, right? And you're going to actually master that at the end. So you don't have to be, I know many people out there, we had the other day, see I'm going off sidetrack, but I'm just having a conversation with you guys, right? So the other day we had our fair and a lot of people wanted to become a part of the podcast, but they're like, I don't know what I want to do. I don't know what I'm going to name the podcast. They don't know. Crickets. Okay. Don't worry. That's why I'm here, to inspire you. Like, let me know. What do you love? What are you thinking? Like, sometimes we have a lot of things in our thoughts and we're afraid to say it out. But many people don't know what they want to do. And after having conversation, they kind of like, oh, yes. Okay, I think I'm going to name my podcast this. I think I want to do this. I think I want to do that. You never know. A next person can bring out what you have within, and you're trying to actually release it, but you don't know how to release it because you may be scared. You never know. So sometimes they said, you got to start scared, right? Because their biggest thing is fear. But let's get right into it because this podcast got to be very short, so you understand. So leading up from part 2, I think where I left off with you guys is letting you guys know how I made it here to Essex County. How did I make it here? Where is my music? Hey, let's go. We're about to dive in back slow. Let's go. Ooh, you see, I'm playing around with a little, Ooh, welcome back. I'm back. All right, so me coming to Essex County, guys, you guys will not believe it. So remember I told you guys I was in a car accident back in 2022, which kind of like took me out of my job and my modeling career because I do modeling. Couldn't get to, walk the runway and wear heels, so how. And I'm still going through the journey, but better days are here. Better days is here. Better. Your girl is striving. I'm walking. But I came here on 2 crutches. Yes. I came to school in 2 crutches when I actually started Essex County back in February. So I did my surgery, my 3rd surgery on my ankle. Actually, this time it was on my toes because I got, my toes were hammered from my surgery, from my accident. And as I said to you guys, I got to thank Dr. Adams for actually saving my foot because I could have been amputated. And even though I was mad at God because I had so much goals and stuff I was working hard towards and I was supposed to achieve the October, all of that didn't happen and he had to put back on the back burner. You understand? I just felt, I just felt like, being a car accident, my life took 5 years back. It's like, I just went back, but that's what trauma does, and things like that. But I'm happy I was able to make it out of the car accident, a 5-car accident, and I'm happy I'm alive. And whatever I was about to achieve, I could always do it again. Yes, it may be hard. I developed PTSD and stuff, but it's a journey, and I'm relearning myself. And I'm accepting my reality of what things is. And I'm becoming a new woman. And I had to forgive myself. I had to forgive being mad at God because I have a life. And yeah, that was just a sidetrack, It was just me. Literally, like right now, guys, I'm talking about it. It's like, just like flashback with me going back in that. So let me had to pull myself out of it. Who you telling? Oh my God, let's just get back to it. But yeah, your trauma, when we go through things, many of us, we maybe try to be scared and hide our trauma and maybe don't want to talk about it because it's so hard in these climates to be vulnerable with things, right? It's very hard to be vulnerable. I'm not going to lie to you guys. It's something that is very hard. That's a lane I'm still trying to master. But as we understand, being vulnerable is just open yourself to a lot of critics, right? It open the door for others to actually judge. And being judged is like a very, very big thing right now. People love to cast judgment instead of having empathy and understanding. But sometimes some people doesn't really understand your situation or something that you may went through because they have never went through it, you understand? And that's just a part of life. We have to just accept that. But one thing though, do not shun away your story. Your story is your glory. Okay? Your experience is yours. Don't let no one ever tell you about what you go through. Oh, you went through this. Oh, you're being a victim. No. Your experience is what create the journey. It's the roadmap to where you're trying to go, right? You ever trying to go somewhere, you type in the GPS and you may end up in a wrong turn. You may end up in pothole. You may end up in a roadblock. You had to pass Madison Square Garden. You had to pass Madison, James Road, Rawton Road. You had to pass many different roads before you reach to that destination that you're trying to go to, right? That's what our life is. Right? It's not a clean sweep. Yeah, we got to stay in our lane. It's a straight lane. And this is where I said sometimes we kind of swirl out of our lane. But then when we swirl out of our lane, we have to remember to get back into it. Well, your experiences is what's going to teach you to get back into your lane. And just understand that you're not at the finish line yet. There's going to be trials. There's going to be trouble. But your experience and whatever you go through, own it. And stand in your truth. And I'm talking from experience because my accident that I went through, it has taught me so much with friendships, relationships, and myself. But one thing I know, at the end of the day, no one is coming to save you and you have to save yourself. Okay? Whatever you go through, just know that you're going to grow through it. But you have to believe in yourself and you have to own it. Stand in your truth. Stand in your...
Who you telling?
You. I'm telling you, sis. And I'm telling you, my little bro out there, the big one. Stand in your truth. Own it. Because at the end of the day, your story is yours. And don't let no one ever kind of shun you away from it. Because I said that because for months, I've always been a person. I don't know if many of my Libras out there is like this. We Libra, we hold things within us, right? We don't like to talk about our life. We don't like to put our business out there. We don't like to talk about stuff that we kind of go through. Whenever we're going through something, we just kind of isolate ourselves, right, from the world. And then we deal with our issue ourselves. And then when we're stronger, then we're back out. But just know that once we get down, we're going to get back up. Yes, we're going to get back up. It may take many of us maybe a month, 2 months, a year, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. But just know that we're developing that strength within. But as a Libra, I've always been a person, as a Libra, not really about signs, but I guess because I'm learning about sign now. But as an individual, a young lady, I realized over the years and my pattern in doing my spiritual growth and looking within myself, I realized I've always been a one where I've never been vulnerable in letting people know what I'm going through. Whatever I'm going through, I always really hold it inside and bottle it up inside. I never seek a therapy. I never vent into a friend or anything like that. Maybe it's because of past experience. I may share 1 or 2 things with friends, and then they take it back and throw it in your face somewhere or the other, right? Or they take it back and kind of judge you in this negative, positive way. I hate a friend that is posi-neg. I don't know if you know what that means, but it's when a person is trying to be positive and then they just throw a negative thing there in your life. Like they'll be like, like for example, oh Samanta, you see God is good. I'm so happy you make it through that car accident. You know, I'm so happy, but you know, girl, I told you that you wasn't supposed to do this. I told you you were supposed to go this way. You understand? I told you were supposed to take this opportunity. Like, why you went over there and do this? No, look where your life is at. Look where you're at when I already told you to do this. So those things is considered negative positive, right? So saying the weather is beautiful, but then come back and say, oh, but it's very hot. You know, it's like a negative positive, and I hate that. That's one of the most thing where people that try to be, you know, as if they're like a positive person, and then they're trying to throw a little shade in there, you know, being shady and everything. And the only shade we want to be under is God shade. Yes, that's the only shade, okay? Because I'm a shady girl, a very shady, but I'm very shady with God blessing right over me. But I keep swirling off, you see, because I'm here just having a conversation, but I have to keep the time limits. I keep like going different corner and cribbles and corner and current. I have to laugh because I just really caught myself. I really got myself on that. But yeah, I hate when a person is like that. But I go back to the story. Let me go back to the story, the original story. But as I said to you guys, just own your truths and stand in your lane, and don't let no one tell you anything, because your story is your glory. And at the end of the day, it's yours to tell. And don't let nobody isolate you. But as I said to you, I've always been that kind of person where I isolate myself whenever I'm dealing with stuff. I don't like to share it with others because of experience. After my car accident, I had judgment from friends, I'm not gonna lie, and I've lost friends. This year has been the very hardest. I've lost a long time friends, and it hit hard. I'm not gonna lie to you. Friendship is really like relationships. Like, you know, when you have your normal relationship, a friendship is really like that. And I had friends that have hurt me. Maybe they not knowingly, you understand. Maybe they didn't want to, but critique is different from criticism, and many times some people doesn't really understand that, and they become judgmental. And then I have others that never came to be there for me when I went to my accident. But I learned whenever you go through a trauma, it will always show you in your life who's there for you. But at the end of the day, what we all have to understand is that when no one is there for you, just know you have to always show up for yourself, because not everyone is going to show up for you. God is going to always show up for you, but you have to show up for yourself. In everything you do in life, just know that you come first, but because without you, you cannot do anything. If you're not good within yourself, if you're not good within, then you can't be good to others. Don't ever give yourself to others and don't take care of yourself. First, be selfish. It happens because you have to be good in order to do good, to give others the 100% you. You understand? Otherwise, you're giving away yourself. And what is it? Someone said this to me before. Your cup is so empty. You keep pouring into other people's cup, and when you take a look around, your cup is so empty. What happened when you have a cup of water and you pour it in everyone else's glass? What happened to your glass? Does it stay full or does it get empty? It gets empty. And many of us fall in that trap. So be careful. But let me get back to my story. I came here in Essex County. I came to college in January when I had to do after my third surgery was in January the 5th. And then I came here the second spring semester. That's when I came here. But the second spring semester, that's when I came here, February the 12th. I think February the 12th or the 7th. Don't quote me on that, guys. But it was this year in February. It was spring 2. And I guess the Lord was kind of pushing me like, it's time for you to go back. I came back here on 2 crutches. I came into college. But at that time, I needed a sanctuary, because at my home at the time was chaos. I brought you see, I don't even want to dive into this, but have you guys ever had friendship where you thought you're going through something and that friend would be there for you in a certain way and have understanding, but it turned out the opposite? Well, I was in a situation like that. I play a part in it. I say I will accept that, but I'm not going to put myself down, and I'm not going to be a victim, even though they're painting me as a villain. But you get what I'm saying? It's what it is. But at that time, I had a friend that I thought was really a friend, and I just finished my surgery, was in recovery, and they just didn't show up how I wanted them to show up for me. And the funny thing is, that person who didn't even show up when I first met an accident. So, but I forgive because I have a loving heart and a caring heart. You understand? Like, I met in car accident of August 2022. They didn't show up until 2023. And that's a good friend of mine, I tell you, someone. But I don't want to get deep into that because it's not about them, but it's a part of my story. So I can't really hide it. You understand? It's a part of my story, and I'm not going to let anyone shun me away from it. It's my truth. But yeah, I had a best friend where we fell out, and that's what happened. You understand? They didn't show up until February, actually, of 2023. And I forgive them because I was like, okay, it's 2024. I'm going in my third surgery. They're about to be here. Yes, everything is about to be airy and nice, but things did not end up that way, guys. Not at all. It did not end up that way, but things happen. You understand? People grow. We go through things. Sometimes, it's all about the energy. As I said to you guys, whenever I'm going through anything, I never bring anyone in my space. I always deal with it myself. But this time around, I thought it would have been so different. Even though I got kicked out of my lane and going back to my job, my marketing job, where I was working so hard to get promoted. And then they told me that I got to do a third surgery and I'm going to be down for the next 4 to 5 months. It kind of messed me up mentally, kicking back my PTSD. You understand? And just all the trauma just came back, and it really, really affected me. And the people that was around me didn't really understand that. You understand? I was going through it. And it's just life. But anyway, I came here in February. I decided to come to the college because I was supposed to start from the 2023 in November. But because of the news that I got that I was supposed to do a third surgery, it kind of messed with me mentally. So I just worked my butt off in my job to make some money and save up so I could pay my bills for the next 3-4 months. You understand? Pay the rent, bills. We got to pay bills, baby. We got to pay that bills. The world doesn't stop when you meet an accident. If you got bills to pay, you got to take care of it. It doesn't stop. You understand? So I worked my little self off to get some, to make that moolah, baby, and pay up my bills. Make sure that it was paid for the next 3 to 4 months. So after that, and then I came here in February because I was going through it mentally and I just needed to come out of the house. I'm like, let me just come into school. So I came here on my 2 crutches, guys. I still had on my foot brace and stuff, and I was only walking on 1 foot. And at that time, I wasn't driving. Since I met in a car accident in August of 2022, I've never been behind back a wheel because mentally I haven't been there. But these days, I'm getting back stronger. I think by the end of the year, I may actually go get myself a new car. But I came here and I formed relationship with teachers. There's Cassandra. She is the counselor. I ended up forming relationship with her. I have Professor Yu, who's my advisor in the business department. And then I have Mr. Professor Leroy. He's the advisor in the technology department. And then I have Joe. He's the coordinator for the student life, the head of the podcast here, guys. If you want to form a podcast, I'm the podcast president. Let me put that out there. And I'm also the vice president of the business club. Yes, so as you know, my major is in business. So if you guys want to become a part of the business club or the podcast club, just hit me up, okay? Hit my line. I got you.
Who you telling?
I'm telling all of you. You better get it. Hit my line. Don't be shy, okay? I don't bite. But yeah, so coming here, I just tried when I first came to college, I tried to join a lot of clubs. I'm not going to lie to you guys. I went to the LGBT club because I'm a part of the family. Ooh, we don't discriminate, no. Yes. So, that's some music for that one. Hey, let's go, let's get it, say in your lane. Ready, set, goes, yes, let's get it. Yeah, well, go on, back to the story, don't it? Oop, and I'm like a Jamaican vice. But I ended up going into the business club, end up going into the LGBT club, end up going in the podcast. I was just tricking myself. And then the biggest thing is I was in the drama clubs. The guys were coming. We have like 5 minutes more to go, so let me wrap this up. I was in the drama club, and I ended up doing a play, actually. I ended up doing a play in May. Was it in May? I think it was in July of this year. You guys should go and look at it. That play is amazing. If you guys want to see it, I think I have like videos and stuff of it. It's amazing. So the play was called This Place Goes Wrong. Amazing. I used to do acting back home in Jamaica, and it's so fun. It's been like over 15, 16 years I haven't actually went back in that bag, and it so happened that I end up going back in that bag, and it was a good one. I enjoyed it. But with everything I said, I just go to show you that me coming into college in February actually made me realign my life and myself, because at that time I was really like in a low place, and I'm like, I wasn't able to, I was out of work, and I just keep on myself like, God, each time I go back into this business, this marketing business, you always kick me back out. My modeling career, I love modeling. You understand? I used to I have a great resume. You understand? I work for big corporation, management, territory manager. I have a great resume. You understand? So I'm big on managing, but not only that, I'm big on owning my own business. And as I told you guys, Hearts of Shades, check it out on Instagram. I wasn't able to launch my business because of stuff, but I was going through all these stuff within myself, and I was like, Lord, is this the path that you're sending me on to just go get my education? I always said to myself that whenever I get my office, which is the marketing company that I was in, your goal is to actually work hard, recruit, build a team, and then get promoted to an owner where you have your own business. And of course, sacrifice is a big thing. We have to sacrifice sometime in order to achieve the financial stability, but not only that, the life-changing thing and break that generational train that we want to break, right? In creating generational wealth. So that's the dream, and that's what I seen in that, because when you work very hard for something that is yours, it's very meaningful. The road may be rough right now, but once you reach there, it's going to be very, very rewarding. So I was really like upset about getting kicked back out of that and not able to go out and do events and stuff. So I was like, God, are you sending me in a lane and letting me know that, girl, you don't got to wait until you get your office in order to go back to school? As I said to you guys, I always said to myself, I'm going to go to college when I know what I want to do. But not only that, I'm going to go there for me and nobody else. Because at the end of the day, I'm the one paying for it. You understand? It's my education, and I'm the one that's going through the journey. Without me, my parents, my friend that may try to push me or whatever, none of them is going to actually do the work for me. You understand? None of them. So it has to be me. And if you're not mentally there, you're not going to push yourself to go through something. When somebody else is trying to push you to do something and you within yourself doesn't have the passion for it and the motivation within, you're not going to be happy doing it. You understand? So that's the reason why I tell you guys, whatever you do, you got to make sure you do it for you first. Yes, we can take advice from other people. Yes, we can. You understand? Because sometimes, they said if you you can't really go alone. You have to go. If you want to go far, you got to go with others, right? So it's good to take advice, but take that advice and implement it within yourself, and don't forget yourself. You understand? Remember, you come first, because at the end of the day, you are the one doing the work. Yeah, you get me? So it was just like that. I said, I have to make sure that I'm prepared. I'm gonna go there and I'm gonna go through this journey. I have to make sure everything is good. So I kind of put a map and figure out my life. But then I end up taking a different road, a different journey. God shifted me out of that lane. I was like, girl, I'm bringing you in a different lane, and this is the one that you got to do. So it's time for you to go back to school. Use this while you're healing as a way to get back out there. And with that, I will actually lead you. And that's what brought me here. And since then, I've been here in college. It has been very good, very rewarding, mentally and physically. I was in for I think I dropped the crutches back in April. So I came here in February. In April, I was out of my crutches. but still wearing my boots. How many of you guys would have come to college with a broken foot? If you have a broken legs and you were on crutches, how many of you guys would have done that? I want to hear. How many of you? Go ahead. Let me hear. Let me hear. How many? Ooh, how many? Ooh, I doubt it, right? So that's why it's that motivation within you. It's the motivation within yourself, and you have to want it as bad. And once you want it and you feel motivated and you know what you want, you're going to go there and do it. I'm telling you. So I've hit the 30 minutes mark. Let me actually wrap this up because I don't want it to be too long. It's just a warm up. But this episode is called The Shade. Yes, it's the shade of God. Me going on the God shade and God, blessing me. You understand? Rejuvenating me and telling me like, girl, you may get skipped out of that lane, but we're about to go into a next lane and we're about to master this lane. All right? And don't worry. Whatever you think you put down, you're about to pick it back up. I'm going to make it even triple and 10 times better. But guys, I end up going back into my business, my marketing company back into May. And then I was working, but I was balancing that in school. It was the first time ever I was ever balancing school and work. And that type of work, I tell you, it's not an hourly job or anything. It's a commission job. So you have to be very focused. You're making your own money. If you go out there and spend 10 hours in the field and don't make $1, then that's on you. You understand? You make the money for your pocket. So you have to have that strong mentality. And that's where my mentality comes from as a go-getter. A real bad one. You know, I got what I'm saying? You got to be fierce. You got to be motivated. You got to attack those goals. You got to step to it. Nothing is hard, just as long as you put your mind to it. But for this semester, I took the semester off from my marketing job, and I think God shifted me back out of that lane, even though I want to stay in that lane. But right now, I got my financial license because I'm a financial advisor. So I got my life insurance license, and I think God is strolling me into a different lane, and I'm about to stay in this lane and master it. And at the end of this semester, let's see, master the lane that you're in first. Not saying that you can start something new, but do not be the one that try to do 5, 6, 7 things at once. And I'm a multifaceted girl. You understand? I love modeling. I love art. I love fashion. But I always find myself always doing multiple things, and I never finish one thing. And when you're like that, you would never complete and achieve anything. And I'm telling you guys that. Master your craft. Master what you love the most. And once you master that, you understand, then you can branch out. You understand, you can tap into a next lane, but own your skill, own yourself, and just know that own your story. Because at the end of the day, it's your glory. And nobody can tell you anything. Once you walk the walk, you can talk the talk. You understand? And whatever you experience, it's yours. It's your experience. Experience brings wisdom, and your journey is yours. Don't let no one tell you anything. Own it all. Okay? So that was just a little bit of me. Episode 2. We finally finished it up. Hey. Let's get it. Let's go. Stay in your lane. Ready, set, goes. Yes. Ooh, I kind of love this one.
Who you telling?
Ooh, I'm telling all of y'all to stay in your lane. Buckle up, put pen to paper, and create your goals. So, as I tell you, this is Stay in Your Lane podcast. If you guys want to get in contact with me and actually come to have a sit down with me, maybe let us have a chit chat, see if I could help you with some direction that you may need, give you some advice, whatever it is. But it's always good to actually talk to someone. But I would love for you to come over to the Dasher. Actually, ask for Samanta, or you can email me at Harmond, that's SHARMOND, @email.Essex.edu, or you can shoot me a text at 551-257-8627. If you want to have a sit down, if you want to have an interview, but I would love for you guys out there to come over, share your story. Don't be afraid. You have a voice. You never know who you may inspire. You never know who you may touch. Yes, all of our story, there's 8 billion people in the world. You never know how far your voice can go. So don't be afraid. Don't be shy. You got this, sis. Let's go. Just be unique and be you and be confident. That's what I'm talking about. Yes. So that's the end of episode 2. I look forward to seeing you guys again next week. So we're going to be sending out episode 1. Please go and check it out. Every Friday, I'm going to be trying to drop to the episode. If anything change, I will let you guys know it. But coming up for next week, we're going to be having an interview. Yay! Hey. We got to put that laugh in, right, bud?
Who you telling?
I'm telling all of y'all, y'all better be prepared because it's going to be spicy and airy and icy. Yes, they say I'm really spicy. But that's the end of episode 2. Thank you guys for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I would love for you guys to leave some feedbacks. And yeah, drop it in the comments. Don't be afraid and let me know what you took away from this. What you take away, your takeaways from this episode. You know, have I inspired with anything? Have I give you any motivation? Anything at all? Just let me know in there because each one, help one, teach one. You understand? We always get better, as I tell you. I'm just starting. I'm not the best at what I'm doing, but I'll become the best. You understand? I'm just being me, and that's just it. Ooh, so remember, stay in your lane. And if you don't know you're in the lane, I will help you to get into it. Let's go. Thank you for listening again. My name is Samanta, aka Chinchilla, or you can call me Miss Spicy. Yeah, Irie. All right, I'm out. Bye. Stay in your lane. Yes. Stay in your lane. Stay in your lane, baby. Bye. Mwah.
This has been a production of the Essex County College Podcast Club. Copyright 2024, all rights reserved.